Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to episode 14 of my Let's Play series for Hardspace Shipbreaker. In the last episode we dealt with our very first Gecko ship and finally reached rank 15, and today we're going to continue with a new variant and maybe even a bit more story. So with that in mind, the first thing as usual is a look at the equipment, at least once the loading is done. And we made our way over to the workbench.
Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
And maybe I should repair these two here, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so we have a good chunk of LYNX tokens, so we can do a good bit of repair. Or upgrades. Definitely upgrading the strength. That is very much appreciated. Strength here as well. 10 a lifetime. I didn't run into any issues with that, but better safe than sorry. Rusters. Better brakes are always nice. More fuel. Yeah, definitely felt that in the last few episodes. And do I want to... yeah, let's increase some health. A little bit more health might be a good idea, actually. So, bear in mind, you should have a new Gecko version to work with, the heavy cargo. And in this case, it's actually just hazard level 7, so we shouldn't have any radiation. Which is not too much of an issue. 32 million only, but 9 milestones with a good chunk of LYNX tokens, so yeah, let's get this ship here. So I can sensor tower on top. You can already see this version has quite a few more bits stuck to the outside. So we have those communication areas. I could actually grab stuff from them, but it's not necessary right now, so let's get this part done. This one here is connected to the inside, as far as I am aware, so we don't have to worry about this in a moment. Then we have another connection point for the sensor array. And here the two doors are actually a bit further to the back, but still on the top and symmetrical around the middle part. We also have some armor parts here. I can cut off as usual. Oh, those go into the barge. And now let's see how it's looking on the inside. Okay, this is already opened up. Okay. Looks like this here actually pressurized itself. We still have the corridor at the front there, but beside of that there is nothing really much to worry about, so that's nice, I guess. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do this from the cockpit or from the... now here you can see why I like the heavy cargo version. This is completely opened up. I don't have to bother at all with cutting the compartment in parts, since there is pretty much no compartment at all in the first place. Downside is, if I depressurize this here and I'm not careful, then the debris might actually trigger the reactor. And you know what? I'm not going to depressurize this from the back. I'm going to do this from the cockpit. Just for that very specific reason. So, we are in this. Strange. And that could have caused some issues with the reactor. So, yeah, we should be done depressurizing now. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And here we have the ECU unit here at the very front, so we have very long pipes we have to deal with carefully later. Over here, let's also grab that air filter. And yeah, let's cutting. Now this one here also has some additional connections of the armors along its length due to the missing internal compartment. Oops. Okay. Almost cut too much there. Was kinda lucky, I guess. For the most part. Whatever. Doesn't really matter too much in this case. Let's just be a bit more careful with all of this stuff on the way here. So. Oh, looking good so far. Come on. So let's deal with the fuel over here. And this actually has also some very big doors. Cargo doors. Oh. It's actually titanium. Okay. So lots of high value parts to cut off here. So that's most on this end and done. Where's this one now? Let's check. Just the bottom parts now. And the connection for this rail guide here. Now here occasionally I leave the central parts together, but it can cause issues if you're not careful, so let's just spend a few seconds. So, looking pretty good so far. Oh, got one over there. There. It appears. Now just the bottom parts left. Oh, let me go on here. And here I have to make use of the quick cutter. And here I have to be extremely careful. This is one of the cases I meant when I said you have to be careful with cutting near pipes. This can go wrong very, very easily. You just have to hit this a little bit and the whole reactor goes critical. Oh, let me... Oh,
Alright, Cutter. You got about 5 minutes to fill your boots.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. Weaver out.
So, yeah, this is a little bit more chaotic concerning all of those connection points here. But I don't have to bother with this big compartment complex in the middle, which takes so much effort and time to properly dismantle, as you have seen in the last episode probably. Okay, last check. Anything left? Just the connection points for those parts here, so that's looking good. Okay. Now, come on, let me out. Time to get all of those parts here out of the way. So,
Salvage register.
let's start with
Transferring credits.
this segment here, which doesn't have anything stuck to it. But there we have some coolant. Always check. There tends to
Salvage
very
deposit
often be
confirmed.
something stuck.
Applying credit.
Okay. Then this one there, and this one. And while we're waiting on those parts to be removed, let's start on here and
Credits deposited. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
looks like this is somewhat stuck here. Ah, of course. The shipping crates are still connected. Yeah, that is something I should probably do something about right now. So let's disconnect all of those from the floor
Deposit accepted for processing.
to avoid any potential issues. Oh. Yeah. Ah. Here. Might as well grab that one.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Then we have this one
Salvage
there.
secured. Applying credit.
Forgot to disconnect this one there. So. And we have another arm. Okay.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Valuable object accepted for processing.
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Lots of small parts here for the armor. But nothing overly complicated. And here, once again, be a bit careful about the fuel or the cooling pipe in this case.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
That can cause major issues if you are not careful.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage registered.
And we're out of time.
Transferring credits.
So, 18% done. But most of the annoying cutting is now done already, so maybe we'll get this in the next shift? Don't think so. We'll see.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
Oh, let's continue.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Does the damage? Okay. Likely have to repair that in the next episode then, huh?
Credits transferred.
So, and this is still connected, so I still have a little bit of cutting to do, I guess. Yeah, likely over there. Oh, it's hidden in the corner. Yeah, that's looking good. You go down there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, a cargo hatch. What's in there?
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Oh, that's the second sensor array. And yeah, that was one of my accidental cuts.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Interesting shape though. And
Salvage
this
goal
is...
cleared. Rewards allocated.
wait, is there a rip down there? Yeah, there's a rip down there, so I'm not going to bother at all. Not going to cut around the rip, that would be a waste of time. This one though?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Valuable object accepted for processing. Tether supplies are low. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage accepted. Credit applies. Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Whew. That's what happens if you try to push something that is much too heavy for you. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of tethers anyway, so let's just make use of the last few I have. And let's repair.
Caution. Out of tethers.
Good thing I grabbed some extra health, huh? Okay, suit patching done. Let's grab some tethers and some fuel and let's continue. Okay. Almost went wrong there. We are done with the power generator, so that can also go down. Let's over here, let's also grab
Salvage secured.
all of this here.
Applying credit. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage deposited. Applying credit.
We're going to need a third shift, I guess. But only part of one.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
So then let's cut up
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
the cockpit. We'll connect somewhere, likely a computer or something like that. Let's see. Storage bin. The second one. And that's it.
Salvage deposit registered.
Oh, then we have some crew beds. And some
Salvage
more.
registered. Transferring credits.
With the thinnest mattress you've ever seen. Come on. Don't get too close.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Basically the crew compartment here.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
in here it should only be a console 2, or maybe 4. I can't. So if I'm sounding a bit strange, my allergies are currently running amok a bit. So,
Salvage deposit confirmed.
almost one
Applying
there.
credit.
And then it's only the one over here left. Yes. The atmosphere control.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And that's all of this done. Oh, wait, not like that. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You go over there then. Stop bothering me. Yeah. Get this one here out of the way. Okay.
Deposit accepted for processing.
So what do we have here?
Salvage registered. Transferring
Carbon
credit.
panel. And then a long nanocarbon strut.
Object
panel.
accepted for processing. Credits
And
deposited.
another carbon panel.
Cutter, ship's got about 5 minutes left in her. Let's make 'em count. Weave her out.
Material deposited. Account credit applied.
And that's starting to look pretty good actually. But we are definitely going to need a few minutes of
Salvage
the
deposit registered.
next
Account
shift.
credit.
Pretty sure we're not going to be done in the next 5 minutes.
Salvage secured.
Got that apparently?
Applying credit. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Oh. Okay, so now it's time to... Oh, actually, this is not too difficult. We can't get it from the bottom since there is a pipe in the way, so we'll have to do this from the top.
Processing valuable object.
Slightly around the board way.
Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
So, and now it's time for the ECU. So we have it over here. Nicely available to us. Just need the panel. Let me, yeah. So countdown has started.
Reactor
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required.
That it is. And that's the reactor. Nice.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Wait.
Salvage goal met.
Now
Rewards
let's
will
cut
be
this off. And then we can get this out there. We have this ring here, which we can disconnect. And then over here we can, for example, cut it off here.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And then there. And here. I can get this structure out of the way, which goes into the processor. Interesting enough. And then this part here would be right enough for me to move.
This is your 1 minute warning, Cutter. Don't be a hero, alright?
And then
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
let's see if
Process
I
object.
were to,
Applying
where do I
credits
want
to
to cut
account.
this? Cut that here. And now I should be able to push this out, maybe. It's somewhat stuck though. Why is this stuck? Ah, whatever. Let's burn out the ring.
Salvage
And now it
destroyed.
moves out of the way.
Please
Okay, so almost done. Let's just quickly get the last few milestones. But nevertheless, we have the next rank already, which is nice and should unlock, I think, another ship type.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
And we have ghost ships. Okay, that is nice. Okay, I didn't expect that one. Yeah, that one I expected, a Gecko Stargazer, so another Explorer variation, and very, very expensive. Okay.
Cutter, I want to check in with you about Hal. Listen, back round where I grew up, you cross paths with all kinds of critters. Possums, coyotes, bears, and once in a while you find yourself nose to nose with a bobcat. Bobcat's an unpredictable creature. A scared one, just as likely to fight tooth and nail as it is to scamper away. Now, Hal is terrified of not measuring up to the rest of us, failing, losing his status, and he's fixing for a fight, driven by that fear inside him. Thing is, Bobcat's just another animal. Hal, he's only human. You understand his fear. You can reason with him. So, I'm working on taming our local wildcat. Now you stay strong. We'll be through with this soon enough. See you out there, Cutter.
Yeah, that's one way to look at the situation. Nevertheless, we have a job to finish. Just going to take a few more minutes, I guess. Why didn't this get accepted? So, almost didn't notice this one there. That would have been pretty annoying. So this one here goes all the way out
Salvage
there.
secured. Applying credit.
And yeah, in this case I'm going to cut this a little bit further. Since this is again one of those situations where it likes to get stuck on the side there.
Object cannot be processed. Please observe salvage destination.
The hell is she talking about? Yeah, whatever. So these should be done. Let's just check this little compartment here to be see. Ah, so this is the airlocks. Of course, I already checked those more than once even. So this can go. Then we have this bit of piping.
Raw
And then
material
just the
accepted.
fuel tanks here.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
And there we have our last milestone. Nice.
Rewards maximized.
So now let's just make sure they are not accidentally put into the furnace. That would be a bit of a waste. And that should be all that's left. At least I didn't forget anything. So let's quickly check. Something floating over there. Some more titanium fragments.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
And what is this? Ah, some coolant pipe. You are. Some more parts. And that seems to be it. Okay. Now just waiting until the last part makes its way into the processor. And then we are basically done again.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
And there we go. That was the last missing part. Okay, that was the Gecko Heavy Cargo. Wait. I might as well grab some tethers before I forget about that later on. Some more tokens, and yeah, that is looking pretty good indeed. And we are apparently advancing the
Hello,
story.
Shipbreaker. You have.
Hey, Rook. Lots going on, huh? I hope you're doing okay. I've been checking in on the others, too. Everyone's pretty spooked right now. You know, I've been wondering if it'd be better for me to keep my head down. I've been fighting my whole life. And, well, I'm tired. And I can't tell how much I'm risking myself or risking others. Sometimes feels like no one else is really on the same side. Like I'm the only one trying. Maybe it's not worth all the energy and risk. Sometimes I wish I was just back home, listening to tapes, tinkering with bikes, having a beer with my old man. Anyway, I'll let you get some rest. See you in the yard. Blue out.
Yeah, the mind games are starting to work.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. LYNX would like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work.
No, nothing here. So, yeah, we are, I guess, done with this episode here. And with that, all that's left for me to say is that I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and comment if you did so. It really is a steigerung. In the after that, I wish you all a nice day, and well, see ya.